Today I'm going to share with you how to make a Hawaiian watercress and tofu salad. I'm not definitively sure this is a Hawaiian recipe, but the only place I've ever seen it is in Hawaii. This is my own vegetarian version that I came up with. Where I live, there's not as much watercress as they grow in Hawaii, so I will supplement a little of the watercress with some crisp green lettuce. For this recipe, you will need some rice vinegar, some vegetarian hoisin sauce, some toasted sesame oil, and some soy sauce or tamari. These are all the sauce ingredients, as well as the ginger and the garlic. You can also use some fresh green lettuce in place of the watercress if you can't find enough. Usually you would have a pretty good bunch of watercress. I was able to find a small bit of watercress, which gives it the nice peppery flavor. Some miso, a large tomato, or 2 or 3 smaller romas, and some tofu. Make sure to use extra firm tofu so it doesn't fall apart in the recipe. First, I heat the garlic in sesame oil over a low to medium heat, just enough to get the essence of garlic in the sesame oil. We will be removing the garlic later. Make sure not to burn the garlic. While the garlic is warming in the sesame oil, I'll assemble the rest of the sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of miso, 6 tablespoons of soy sauce. You can also use low sodium soy sauce if sodium is a problem for you. One tablespoon of rice vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of vegetarian hoisin sauce. Next, I peel and grate about 1 inch of ginger. So that would relate to about probably 2 teaspoons. If you like more ginger, you can put extra. You just don't want to overwhelm the taste with ginger. Peel the edges, and you can use a microplane or a fine grater to grate the ginger. Add the grated ginger to the sauce. I just remembered that green onions are in season right now, and they add a little more special taste to this. So if you have green onions or chives, you can also add those. Split them in half and finely mince them and add to the sauce. About enough for a tablespoon or 2. Now we can see the garlic is done cooking. It gets slightly foamy, but it's not brown, just enough to release the garlicky flavor. This also helps for people who have a hard time digesting whole garlic. We're now going to strain the garlic out of the oil. Strain the sesame oil into the sauce, leaving the garlic behind. This will just infuse the sesame oil with the flavor of garlic. If you like a sweeter sauce, you can also add honey. If you like a spicier sauce, you can also add just a little dot of your favorite hot sauce. Mix the sauce ingredients together. Make sure the miso is well incorporated in the sauce. It can be a little clumpy, so I have good luck smashing it with a fork. After the sauce is made, cut up the tofu. Make sure to cut it into small bricks. Definitely use extra firm tofu for this step. If you don't, the tofu will probably get all mushed up in the salad. This is about the size we're looking for. Add the cut tofu to the bowl. Now it's time to cut the tomato into cubes. First we remove the part where the stem is. Then we slice the tomato into approximately 1/2 inch cubes. Now we add the tomato, chopped, to the bowl. Next I'll add the dressing to the tomato and tofu. This is a good time to check your dressing and see if it's to your liking. Keep in mind it'll be a little extra salty before it incorporates with the other ingredients. You may want to add a little extra sweetness, which you can do with some brown sugar or honey if you'd like. Stir the dressing into the tofu and tomato and allow it to marinate a little bit. Next we add the cleaned greens. As I said earlier, there's not a lot of watercress available for me right now, but in Hawaii it grows quite abundantly. So I only got a small bunch of watercress, which I'm going to supplement with some nice crunchy lettuce. Gently tear the lettuce into small bite-sized pieces. If you cut the lettuce with a knife, it may make it too mushy. Same for the watercress. Next, I add the watercress. I've already sorted through this watercress, washed and cleaned it, but if you see any wilty pieces, you can throw them out. Gently toss the salad to mix, bringing the marinated ingredients from the bottom up to the top. Do this very gently as not to squash the leaves, but to make sure that all your salad gets coated with the delicious dressing. Now your salad's ready to eat. Enjoy your watercress tofu salad. If you want a little extra zip, you can add a little fresh ground pepper or a little sriracha or your favorite hot sauce. Enjoy!